I pop this pill by daffodils. I'm posting still, hold me down till I'm Richard Mill, pay all your bills. Our cabinets filled, house in the hills. House in the hills, LA, Beverly. I've been up all week, rocking out my shows, but bitch, stay with me. Only's out they cheese, big vibes and shit. When they grab me and cry with it, feel like Kobe in the finals pick. Probably about her blonde ass wig, and I don't mean it when I call you bitch. I just be talking shit. Yeah, richer that trying. It's death of the diamonds. VVS and then I'm shining. Oh, it's coming, God's timing. Yeah. Favorite color violet. On my baby, I get violent. Run up on us and you're dialing. I'm so high on a pilot. Yeah. One day Jusu poppin', I'm with pretty shopping. One day Jusu poppin', I'm with pretty shopping. Make my heart is throbbing when all it was calling. Make my heart is throbbing when all it was calling.
I like that one right there.
That's a little vibe. Yeah. I fuck with it.
You are now tuning into The Vibe with Your Boys podcast. Starring Kyle the Kid and Mega the Boy. You dig?
Yes, sir. It's your boy Kyle the Kid and Mega the Boy, and welcome to another episode of Vibe with Your Boys podcast. How you living? How you feeling, Mega? Made it through another week?
I was thinking about a Drake line to say, but it kind of...
You haven't really sat with the album to throw out a quotable.
Nah, I sat with that motherfucker.
Okay.
I never sat with it. But
Okay.
it just disregard what I just said.
Yeah, I'm gonna disregard it for sure. If you haven't already noticed, man, we got FD and Jusu with us, man. What's going on?
It's FD and Jusu, man. Mr. Calloway, you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Calloway.
Mr. Calloway, when they called, I was there.
Oh, type shit.
Type shit.
How's it going, my boy? How's your 2022 been? We're almost to that end of the year mark. How's it
I
been?
feel like 2022 been a great year. Like, musically, just all around. Like, not even for myself, just all around. I feel like it's been a great year. For myself, I dropped a project, a four-song EP, which, you feel me? I do want to drop more, yeah.
A few days ago. So that was the first project of the year?
This year, yeah. First project of this year. So that was great. Been doing a good amount of photo shoots. We also dropped a music video about 2 months ago. Hell with Us music video out everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big hurdle I had to step over because high-key, that was like my first official music video.
So Hell With Us was your first one?
Yeah, my first official. Like, I had a music video before that in 2020, but it wasn't official, though. Like, this official, like, cameraman and all pulled up, you know what I'm saying?
So how long you been doing music?
I'm making music for a while, like, probably around, all right, so when I first started making music, it wasn't necessarily rap music. My mom had put me into band class, so I started off playing the trumpet. So that's what kind of guided me into it. And then I played the clarinet. And then I kind of fell out of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, music, then years later, you know, freestyling with your homeboys, and it's like you just get right back into it, and it's like a muscle you just got to retrain. It's like, so music always been inside of me. My mom a piano. She played the piano.
Okay.
So that helped me a little bit, you feel me, get my grip on everything.
Closer.
Oh, that helped me get my grip on everything.
So now the music I've heard, you've been like singing very melodic, but you've also private music, you like rapping.
What, like that I like, or
no? As far as like the music that you've been making, because you said that you like with freestyling with your dog, so like you actually
yeah. So rapping. I do actually have a couple songs where I'm rapping. I didn't drop all of them because I ain't gonna lie, I love the melodic shit. I like that smooth shit. I do, but yeah, I do got some song where it's like I do got a little like a song where it's a boom bap type of rap song. You feel me? Do I really like it that much? Nah, but this shit's there though. You know what I'm saying? It's there though.
When did you realize that you can hold harmonies, you can sing, you can be melodic?
All right, so right now I'm still in the midst of getting better at singing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's not my peak yet. But I realized that really melodies became a real big thing in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And then I started creating my own. Really, I started off making hooks. Like when I used to rap with my homeboys, I was the one trying to make the hooks for the song. Not really you feel me, the 16s. I was a hook man. So it'd be more like, you know, on a hook you could be more free. So I'm more of the free man. You know what I'm saying? So that really helped me gain like, okay, I could hop on the beat and garner attention. So I was like, if I add the melody to it, that's what's gonna keep them hooked.
So in that case, is that how you kind of approach the music now? Is it like just you start with a hook to try to catch the vibe, or how is it now?
Most songs now is like every song. So I always start off with a freestyle, and then I'll decipher it. Be like, okay, maybe these four lines could be the you know, the hook, and then these 5 lines start the verse, or vice versa. Or I'll take the verse and be like, okay, this 5 lines. Let me put that as the hook, and then where the hook would be, I just make that the verse. So really,
I just piece it together.
Yeah, because I feel like with melodies, you can't always choose where you want to put stuff. You know, I feel like I can't always choose. Like sometimes the hook might sound amazing, but it just don't fit. So then you gotta, you feel me, subtract. You feel me, do what you gotta do. Move around some things, you know.
Gotcha. A song like "Hell with Us," that's the song you did your first official music video for.
Yes, sir.
Now, I guess you could kind of say this is what all the music I've heard from you so far, but it's like you're kind of like taking us into like some of your life a bit.
Yeah.
With it, there's a line that stuck out with me. I believe you said that you fell out with a friend that you've cool with for 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years, for surely.
And it's like there's different things that you're dealing with, just not knowing who to trust, you know, dealing with those type of emotions. So how is dealing with something like that? You fall out with a friend that you've been cool with for so long.
Really? When you fall out with your dog, that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like a heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know he's not my female or nothing, but it's still, you feel me? It was a relationship that you built with a person for a while. Like 11 years, bro. My sister not even 11 years old. You feel me?
You said you turned 22, right?
I just turned 22.
Half of your life.
Half of my life just, or the person I knew is not there. It's like a ghost, you feel me? So dealing with that, you really just got to remember that it happened and not to lose yourself. Like you got to understand, okay, yeah, it was a good period we had, but you know, it's over now. So you got to just hold yourself accountable and just keep moving forward. It was a grieving period because everyone I fell out with, anyone who I had problems with, I actually reached out to them probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was really, really, really going through it. And I told them, I hope all y'all boys live a great life. You know what I'm saying? Guys and girls, I told them, everyone. I was like, I hope y'all boys just get everything y'all want and y'all aspire to be, because I don't have no hate in my heart for you. So the real big deal be when you fall out with somebody, they just want to hold on to something. So you have to let it be known there's nothing to hold on to for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Is it kind of one of those things to where like we both know we're no longer on speaking terms, but if I run into you or we're in the same place, I don't want you to think that I'm over there looking at you with hatred.
Most definitely. Like, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Last time, most definitely though. Like, it's no hate for nobody. I can say it. No hate for nobody. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? No hate for nobody. None of y'all.
Now, when it comes to something like that, with the people that you fell out with, and you know things change, would you say with a lot of those relationships, would you take most of the blame for it, or is it split blame, or you feel like you've been done wrong a lot of times?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I've been done wrong, but it also takes 2 to tango. You feel me? So a lot of things could have came from the way I might have reacted or something indirectly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't feel like I ever fucked nobody over straight up.
Okay.
I don't feel like I did that. You know what I'm saying? Shit does happen though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it don't. But I feel as if I've always been more the forgiving type throughout my life. I'll give a second chance, you feel me? I'm a second chance type of person for sure.
Now, that being said, when you're putting something like that into your music, something so real and sensitive, is it emotional? Is it therapeutic for you? Like, what is the feeling?
I think it's a mixture of both. I feel like emotionally I'm putting it onto the track, so I'm painting a picture emotionally. You know what I'm saying? What other one you said again?
Like, is it emotional? Is it therapeutic for you?
Oh,
like,
so yeah, emotional. Emotional is when I'm painting the picture. Therapy is when I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because truth is, really only I know about how severe it really got. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, I cut off the 11 years. I'm not necessarily telling you the premise of what happened throughout the 11 years. I'm just making it a statement like, you feel me? I'm just like, yeah, shit happened. That's why you might see a certain look on my face, or, I might interact with a friend or a certain way. That's, you feel me, from past relationships and past things. So the therapy is when I talk about it on the mic, it's like, okay, I could kind of let it go. Because, like, it's known already. Like, you know what I'm saying? I talked about it. It's off my chest. Whenever I go into the studio, I'm just really, it's whatever's on my mind. For the most part, because, you know what I'm saying? My music is based around me.
Yeah.
So it always got to be what I'm thinking.
Recently, there's been a lot of controversy about artists talking about stuff in their music. A couple weeks ago, it was the Baby referencing Meg Thee Stallion and their prior relationship. Today, it was Drake, talking about his ex Serena and her current husband, and Meg Thee Stallion and a few things, different natures. With you being somebody who talks about your life and your music, do you think that you have the right to speak about pretty much anything that happened to you that involves you in your life, whether somebody may not like it or not?
Yes and no. I'll say, because the truth is, a lot of people might be mad about you talking about them, but if it did happen and we did go through that and I went through that, I should be able to talk about it. But I also have to hold it in a certain manner. You feel me? I can't straight up just throw your name on it. Like, that's not really that cool. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I were to talk about it, I would just say certain things that, like, okay, you know who you are, but they don't know who you are. You know what I mean? Subliminally, because for the most part, it's the music, bro.
So subliminally, doing the subliminal is fine.
Well, as long as you and that, because for the most part, that person probably talking about you. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say subliminally is because y'all both know what happened. You got to understand, people like Drake, they also, rap about their real life. So if he linked up with who and he got a say on that, he could say really what he want. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
Now, so granted, like, Drake did some subliminals, of course. He said some direct names. People want to attach it to what they want to attach it to. But when it comes to somebody like you, let's say you have something public with the person that everybody knows, and on your next song, your next project, you're talking about this, you're talking about that. Yeah, it's subliminal, but now it's not just her, that you're talking about her. It's a lot more people.
True.
Does that kind of change for you, or it's still like, I reserve the right?
I feel like it's all emotional, bro. Like, whatever, the bars just be flowing in my head. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it just come to you. I just feel like you just gotta try to at least, well, me and my aspect, anyone I fell out with, any girls, all y'all, I love you. You know what I'm saying? If I talk about you, it's because I love you a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's a real topic.
I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna talk about someone I don't love or I don't fuck with. Like, at one point, I fuck with you, or I still do. So I'm gonna bring it up. But you feel me? You also could, as a person, anyone that know me know I'm not gonna literally say, oh yeah, this and that happened. I'm not really gonna talk about it. Like, I'm not trying to shit on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about my emotional state and what I went through because of what might have happened between us.
Okay, that's fair. Now, that being said, with you getting so personal in your music, have you ever gotten too personal on a song to where you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna put this out? Like, it may just be for you.
Yeah. I made a song about something that happened to me when I was a young person. You feel me? And it was basically along, you know what happens, you feel me? You're a young kid, you're a young, young guy, whatever. Older women come around and shit. It's not always the most, you feel me? It's a fun time in the moment, But when you really go back and look at it, it's some shit that might haunt you. You know what I mean? So I made a song about it, and it was like, it was pretty. Hey, that shit might drop though, but that shit gonna be powerful, cause it's real. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a few songs I'll be like, maybe let me take that lyric off or something, cause that lyric might
Trigger something,
but more so give off an image.
Okay.
That I might not be trying to portray yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Lamar, basically. You know, he talks about his whole life. Like he don't talk about it in order, really. You know what I mean? He might talk about something that happened 20 years ago and just put it on his new album, though. Exactly. So it's like sometimes you might have to save them strong moments and them big songs for the greater good. You feel me?
No, that's facts, because even on the recent album, Kendrick, you know, was talking about aunt that was like gay, that
uncle,
aunt that became a man or whatever. But like that's something like he just put on his like new album.
That's actually what I was referencing.
Yeah, exactly.
That exact thing.
So
you feel me?
So it's like it's picking those moments too. Okay, now's not the time. It's like waiting for that right moment for you.
And also sometimes it also depends on like the state of everything, like the state of the people and the state of the world and the state of your fans type shit and your supporters. You know what I mean? They might not be ready for that yet. That real deal. You might have to ease it in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what has been the reception from your peers, the people you've met that have heard your music? What is the reception that you've been getting? The
reception they tell me is that, you feel me, it's a spacey type of vibe, you know, singing. So it's not the usual, like, you feel me? They say it's like the singy rap. They either say it's singing or light skin music. You feel me? But I've always received good, like, you feel me, good criticism. I take the criticism well, you feel me? Like they tell, okay, it sounds great. You might need better quality and other things like that. Like, okay. So I feel like I received great criticism. The haters, I love them. You know what I mean?
Now, with a song like Hell With Us, or even some of your music, it's like, and I'm not sure if this is intentional, but it's like, it's a lot of the vocals is kind of like underwater-ish, kind of like, to where like you can hear it, but you have to really, really listen. Is that kind of intentional because you're trying to make people listen, or you just like the way it sounds? Like, what is the idea behind
Sometimes a lot of the songs just pretty much came out how I was able to like convey it, you know what I mean? Because really I'm the one mixing it. So sometimes I'm just mixing to the best of my abilities and what I know. So that might just be what you feel me, in my head, what it coming out. Nowadays, if you listen though, it's becoming like more on top. So I've been, you feel me, I've been researching this shit, doing my little studying in my books, trying to get right.
You're self-taught when it comes to recording yourself, mixing and mastering your stuff?
For the most part, yeah. Like, you know, I had a homeboy or two help me on shit, but when I'm in the lab, it's just me. So yeah, I'm self-taught for sure.
Who you grew up listening to?
I didn't really start listening to rap music until I was about like 13, so about middle school. So it was just various, like, I listened to The Offspring. It's like a band, Linkin Park type shit. I ain't really listening to too much hip hop and all that.
I could definitely see that in your music. It's just like, I don't know, it's just reminiscent of the time of listening to like those type of artists like Coldplay or just, but
yeah, Coldplay hard.
It's coming out
Viva La Vida.
Though. Yeah, it's coming out different, like through you. Like you have your own way of doing it, like a one-man band kind of.
One-man band, I like that.
So moving forward now, you just dropped the project a few days ago. What was that? October, like it was Halloween.
Like October 30th, but it probably got uploaded on my birthday, so Halloween.
What's moving forward for Jusu? Like, what's happening next?
Moving forward for Jusu, I'm recording more songs because I feel like 4 wasn't enough. And music videos, I'm also looking to perform. That's my next thing, performance.
When you look at certain stuff that's going on, and is that also what you're putting in your music, or it's mostly just personal? Like, do you draw inspirations from other places as well?
I feel like I draw inspiration from other places, most definitely. Because I do everything based on me, but I might see, you feel me, maybe even a family member or friend going something like, okay. Because I feel like I'm an empath, so I feel like I feel people's emotions. So I feel like, yeah, it's some songs that might not 100% be about me, but it's about a story that I've heard. And you feel me? That's how I'm telling you my version of hearing it. So yeah, most definitely I feel like you get inspiration from anywhere, especially me too. I feel like not every single song is 100% about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, most definitely.
Now, you mentioned earlier that some people would refer to your music as like light skin music or whatever.
Light skin music.
Would you refer to yourself as a singing ass nigga?
The truth is, I'm getting there.
Mhm.
Just wait. Just watch. Watch how like I end all this shit. Like, I'm gonna be a singer for real one day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm gonna continue to hone my skills.
Are you like in your feelings a lot? Like, do you have to get into your feelings to make some of these songs, or it's just you just making music?
I'm just making music, cause I feel like it's real coming out. Cause you know what I'm saying. I could say get in my feelings, but I don't want to sound too funny. But when am I not? I feel like I'm always thinking about everything all at once. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got a pretty rapid thinking, so I feel like I'm always thinking about too much, if that makes sense.
So you thinking about that one ex, and a couple of hours later, you maybe think about what that other ex did.
Well, more so like I'm thinking. I don't necessarily think 100% about the exes, but I might be talking to a new dime and she did some shit. I'm like, that's some shit that other dime would have did. That shit got me hot.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, if I go in the booth, I'm about to be like, yeah, this, you feel me? This so-and-so did with this. I'm like, damn, I didn't fuck with that shit the first time or the second time. So that's what the lyrics gonna be around. You feel me? Like, okay, I didn't like this or that, but it might be the new girl that trigger it though, even if it's about the old bitch.
Are you into like R&B music? Like,
I'm in the R&B, but I'm not too in R&B.
So, in that case, let me stop you there. And I understand what you was listening to growing up. You didn't start listening to hip hop till you were about 13. What does Jusu listen to now?
Nowadays, man, I'm gonna still put on the Offspring. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of Drake. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Drake hard. Kodak, you feel me? Most definitely, big fan. I listen to, like I said, what else? Lil Shimmy, he hard too. Got to give him that. I've been bumping him lately.
Showing broad love for sure.
You know what I'm saying? X, like I like to listen to a lot of stuff from where I'm from for sure.
Okay.
Like I feel like that helped keep me rooted, but I don't like to OD it either. You know what I'm saying? Drake, that boy hard. Who else I like? I was listening to I like Post Malone.
Post Malone, I can hear that.
Post Malone hard.
I can hear that.
I like Post Malone for sure. But yeah,
Okay.
that's about what I be listening to.
Now you also did mention before we started that you've gotten into modeling.
Yeah, I got into modeling. I'm still trying to get
skin
farther in on some light skin shit. We trying to step in that door for sure.
How has that process been? Being a male model.
Being a male model, I feel like I've been treated great by everyone I've been doing business with so far. I feel like I want to continue to do so. So my next step in doing that is, sending out my portfolio to more agencies and such. So really, we just looking for work at this point.
Okay.
How that came about?
The modeling. All right, so I had went to a music video in Hollandale Beach. I don't necessarily remember the artist, but I was with a few homeboys and Zul came up. So that was her brand at the time. She had came up to me and was like, okay, let's shoot. A person like me, I told y'all boys before we started, I told y'all I work, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So they told me, let's shoot. Next thing is when and where, you feel me? So a month or so go by, hit her back. Talking about she booked the studio and we gonna, you feel me, trying on a couple looks. And that was last year, August. So that's how I first got into it. Really, it was just a phone call to just slide, and it wasn't too like official. Mm-hmm. But that's what made me feel like, okay, you getting your foot in the door. Like this is how it's supposed to go, probably. And then from then, other people just seeing them photos I took and like, okay, they interested. Like, okay, you could do it. Like, they understand that you could convey a look and you could have a certain type of personality, and they might want that for their brand or their website. So that kind of helps me with like, even PR, like, you know, press and all that, just being out there, just people seeing your face more and seeing you take your work seriously, you on time. I feel like that's what's been getting me farther in the modeling and in every aspect of business.
Now, outside of the music, outside of the modeling, what other interests do you have that you eventually want to get into, though?
I want to write a book. Yeah, I want to write a book.
Are you a reader?
Not necessarily. I like to read books. Like, I mainly read books based on information.
Okay.
I don't necessarily read chapter books.
Okay.
But I feel like I could make a chapter book.
Like a story, like about stories.
About stories. Like, I feel like I could write a book.
Okay. Stuff based on your life, or you just creating stories?
Both.
Okay.
I feel like by the end of my career, probably have about 3 books out. That's how I'm looking.
New York Times bestseller.
Even if it ain't the bestseller, it's still out there. You know what I'm saying? As long as I put it out there, someone gonna find it.
For sure. Now, coming up to 2023, of course, you said you want to record more music. How often are you recording? Like, is that something that you do often? Are you trying to get in the habit of doing it more? What are the goals?
I'm pretty often with it. But I want to get more often. Like, sometimes, you know, I might be like, take 2 days. When I record myself, it take a little bit longer. So what I could say is I want to be able to get my production and work time in more of a small manner. Like, you feel me? Shrink it a little bit. So instead of maybe taking 8 hours, maybe like 4 to 6. Only because, you know, after a while, you feel me, voice do get tired. Your ears, you feel me, ear fatigue. You do start hearing shit differently. Yeah. So I try to, you know what I'm saying, limit it. But I also do remember you got to take breaks and shit. So I'm getting more consistent for sure.
What are some artists, whether in the industry or local, that you would like to work with?
I need that song with Kodak. I need him. If you see it, I need him. I don't care that I sing. I need it.
I mean, I was just about to say that, ironically, the type of sound you have, Kodak has, like, worked with people like who are melodic and can sing, and he'll just like, he may have you in the background harmonizing, and he'll just go in, start sliding on that bit.
Kodak. Anybody else?
Anybody else? Bliss. She sing.
Bliss?
Yeah. We got a song already.
Oh, for real?
Yes, we working on some more.
How that happened? How you linked up with her?
I just hit her up and was like, slide to the studio. You feel me?
Y'all never had met prior?
We did meet prior. I actually went to one of her shows. Okay. That's when I first met her. I went to one of the shows just to show support.
Okay, and then
from there, I was like, okay, you hard. I been knew she was hard. I was just going to the show just to show support because I like to show love, you feel me, when I can. And then after that, I was like, shit, you trying to work on something? And you feel me? Made the initiative, booked the studio session in like a month in advance. And I was like, you feel me, be here at this date or whatever. Like, you feel me, work out. If I need to pick you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then the link just happened. Song came out. We got more though. We got more for sure. That's a local female.
How is it working with other artists? Is that something that you do a lot, or you're trying to get into more?
I'm trying to do it more. I really barely have any features.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get more into, you feel me, other artists. 'Cause I like seeing other people's peace of mind also on a track. That's what I love about creating shit. You know what I mean? You can make a song, you can freestyle on that bench. Someone else come freestyle and you like, damn, I got some new shit now. You know what I'm saying? Some totally different shit, but you wouldn't have been able to reach that pinnacle without the other person also being there. So I feel like I definitely need to get more in the feature so I can reach a new height.
And before we end off, I also want to ask you, being that you said you do work, you record yourself, so it's not just as simply as how some artists may go to the studio and they leave the rest of the engineer. You are the engineer, you are the artist.
Yeah, everything on me.
How does that work when it comes to balancing the personal life, whether with friends, relationships? Because you can't go out. You have to be working, and then you're working on your stuff. So what is the balance for you when it comes to that?
I just say it's how serious you are about something. You know what I'm saying? Because it is nights where, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know the last week someone didn't ask me to come out. You know what I mean? I don't know the last week when someone wasn't trying to chill. Oh, my bad. I ain't know the last time someone didn't want to chill. You know what I mean? Every week is going to be a place to be. And I started realizing that it's like, you got to choose where your place to be. You got to miss a couple of nights. Like, The whole summer, I didn't even go to the beach this summer. I was just grinding. I was just working. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it be. You just gotta balance it. As for, you feel me, females, women, I balance it pretty great. I say so myself.
Hold on now.
If I say so myself.
Now this man went from saying, "Yeah, I didn't even go to the beach this summer, man. I was locked in," until going saying, "Now when it comes to the females, now
I balance it pretty great.
I balance it pretty great."
Well,
so you make sure to find some time for the women.
Every man got his needs. You know what I'm saying? But it also depends. You got to get you whether it's a girlfriend, a man, whatever. You got to make sure you get someone who know you working though.
Yeah.
No matter what. No matter if it is the girlfriend, the main, the side, whatever. I'm not saying I got all that. You feel me? But
you just saying whatever
it is, whatever occupation she hold for you, she got to know you working, because she can't expect you, like, you going to expect me to go out all night and then do all this and then come home, and you feel me? It's like, I'm trying to record. So you got to slide before or after the record session. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I want to record, I'm not going to go out that night because my mind be on the music. So it's like, if I were to go out, I might be in the club just singing my own song that I just made up. 'Cause I'm like, I'm supposed to be in the studio. I'm supposed to be here. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So that happens a lot. But yeah, I balance it. Usually, it's the nighttime slides. You know what I'm saying? Cause I work in the morning. I work mornings and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I work clocking 4 a.m. type shit.
Oh, okay. So now that being said, when it gets to around this time of year, holidays coming up, shit like that, do you look at it as a time like, okay, I have to create more time now, or because of all the festivity that's coming up, or it's just regular programming for you?
Well, with the holidays coming up, I do try to make time for friends and family, because I feel like it's a big, important part of just everyday life. Even if I don't go out to the club, I might still pull up on a homeboy, homegirl, you feel me? Go to my parents' shit once in a while. So I feel like I do got to make time, but that's what's so great about you controlling your own life. I'm able to make time.
Okay, for sure. Let the people know where they could tap in with you at, where they follow you at, everything that you got going on, man.
The people could follow me, FDN Jusu, everywhere. Same name, FDN Jusu, across every platform. If you want to, you can type it in Google. Trust me, you're going to find it.
What does FDN stand for?
FDN stands for Freely Dying Numb.
Freely Dying Numb.
Yeah.
Real quick, why those?
Because I'm gonna choose the way I numb my pain. No one can tell you what's the right way to do something. And I feel like that also goes with how you cope with certain things. Now, obviously, certain things are, you feel me, better than others to cope. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like at the end of the day, it's my choice. So I'm going to die how I want to. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to kill myself. But I'm saying when it's my day to, you feel me, when I croak, at least I croak my way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's basically, it's an empowerment for you.
It's an empowerment for me, yeah.
Got you, for sure. That's deep. Makes sense.
Well, you got to tat it.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay. And
you got Jusu right here.
Jusu for sure. For sure, man. Well, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. It's Kyle the Kid, Mega the Boy, FDN Jusu, and we out.
You did.
Reserve.